This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
18 hours after it began, the smoke from a Sunday night fire at Pine Canyon Growers Warehouse in Orondo can still be seen for miles.
Moses Lake police continue to investigate a Saturday night shooting that left 2 people injured.
A pair of one-loss teams went toe-to-toe at the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee on Saturday in the State 1B football semifinals.
It appeared as if it was anyone's game in the state semifinal bout between the Royal Knights and the Colville Indians at Lions Field in Moses Lake on Saturday.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
18 hours after it began, the smoke from a Sunday night fire at Pine Canyon Growers Warehouse in Orondo can still be seen for miles. Captain Doug Drescher with Douglas County Fire District No. 4 said the fire began about 5:20 p.m., and his crews have been suppressing and monitoring it ever since.
I just lived down the road, and so I swung by here on the way to the fire station, and heavy smoke at both ends of the building. I lived around the back. There's a compressor room in the back, and I can see flames along the floor back there, so we're speculating that it probably started in the compressor room.
No workers were inside when the fire started, but the presence of ammonia for refrigeration sparked a text alert to nearby residents to shelter in place and avoid exposure to the gas. The fire destroyed stored fruit that had been packed on pallets.
This building's constructed with insulation with sawdust, so it makes it really tough to put out. Metal roof, sawdust catches on fire, roof falls. Yeah, it's a tough one.
6 fire departments sent crews to aid Drescher's district and pumped so much water on the intense blaze it began to flood nearby buildings. 1 engine sat by Monday to monitor hotspots still burning in the wreckage. The fire may not exhaust itself for several days.
No, it's going to smolder for a long time. With that sawdust, it's just impossible. And we, being a volunteer, we don't have the manpower to go in and strip it down and walk through it. So a lot of times we just let it burn and come back and hit the hot spots as they pop up.
The Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives will aid in the investigation. Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
Moses Lake police continue to investigate a Saturday night shooting that left 2 people injured. Investigators have not been able to identify any suspects in the shooting along the westbound Interstate 90 off-ramp to Hanson Road. The 2 victims, both males, and a third witness are cooperating but could not provide many details on the suspects or their vehicle. According to Moses Lake police, the 2 victims and a third occupant in a vehicle were heading west on I-90 and took the Hanson Road off-ramp just before 10:30 p.m. Saturday. The suspect's vehicle pulled up behind the victims and multiple gunshots were fired. The driver and a rear passenger in the victim's vehicle were shot and taken to Samaritan Hospital for treatment. Moses Lake police say the suspects fled in an unknown direction. Anyone with information is asked to contact Moses Lake Police at 509-764-3887. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
A pair of one-loss teams went toe-to-toe at the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee on Saturday in the State 1B football semifinals. The Nacelle Comets entered play with an impressive 9-1 record and had outscored their opponents this season by a count of 567 to 216, while their opponents, the Elmira Cooley Heartline Warriors, came in with an 11-1 mark and an unbelievable stat of plus 664 in point differential this year. After ACH got the ball and scored off the opening kickoff to make it 8-0, Nacelle blazed a trail of their own to the end zone and tied the contest at 8 apiece on an 8-yard scoring run and subsequent 2-point conversion midway through the first quarter. But that would be the last time the Comets found themselves any closer than a distant flyby on the scoreboard over Liebofto Field, as ACH lit up the gridiron from there with one meteoric strike after another. First, on a 48-yard touchdown pass from senior quarterback McGuire Isaac to senior running back Hayden Loomis to put the Warriors back in front 14-8. Then, just 3 plays after ACH forced and recovered a fumble, the Warriors upped their lead to 14 points on a 68-yard connection from Isaac to senior wideout Gage Burchell, which made the score 22-8 with 2 minutes and 1 second remaining in the first quarter. ACH's third aerial impact of the half came 4 minutes and 33 seconds into quarter number 2 when Isaac found Loomis again, this time from 45 yards out, to bolt the Warriors in front by a count of 30-8. Just 42 seconds later, after ACH picked off a pass on Nacel's very first play from scrimmage on the ensuing possession, the Warriors called off the air raid long enough to do a bit of damage on the ground just 2 plays later when Isaac cut a path through the Comets' defense on a 20-yard touchdown run that revved the ACH lead to an even 30 points at 38-8. A little over 2 minutes later, the Warriors made it 44-8 when Isaac spotted junior running back Brayton Schaefer for a 35-yard touchdown pass, and ACH closed out their first half assault with their longest scoring play of the game when Isaac and Loomis made it a triple dip of touchdown tag teamery on a 78-yard catch and carry that gave the Warriors an insurmountable 52-8 advantage. The Warriors would rack up another 30 points with a running clock in the second half and went on to prevail by the eventual final of 82-28. The win was ACH's 7th straight and propelled them into the State 1B championship game at the Tacoma Dome on December 1st in a rematch against the only squad to have beaten them this season, the 13-0 Odessa Tigers. Reporting for iFIBER 1 Sports, I'm Chris Hansen.
It appeared as if it was anyone's game in the state semifinal bout between the Royal Knights and the Colville Indians at Lions Field in Moses Lake on Saturday. Colville was the last team to hand the Knights defeat in the state playoffs in 2014. While the Knights drew first blood in the first quarter when Sawyer Jenks tossed the ball to Angel Farias. The two would connect for another touchdown later in the game. The other 2 touchdowns came from Royal running back Alonzo Hernandez. But 2 key plays helped Colville secure the win. One of those scores came in the second half of the game when Indians QB John Knight connected with receiver Chase Canamu, and the other on a pick 6 taken in by Trevor Morrison. With less than a minute left, Royal only needed a field goal to tie the game, but a defensive holding penalty would dash their dreams of another state championship and would send fans into a frenzy. Colville would go on to beat Royal 31-28. Colville now advances to the 1A state championship in Tacoma, where they'll take on Newport. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.